Yeah, I think so. Good morning and welcome to episode 6 of the Junior J's Uncaged podcast. I'm Nathaniel Kramer,
And I'm Christian Bowman.
and let's get this going.
So we're gonna look back on what happened since we previously recorded. And first, we've got a bit of soccer action to go over. So you've got April 4th versus Bellevue East. Prep had a dominant performance, winning 7-0, which is crazy for soccer, if I say so truly. But Jack Johnson had the most dominant performance for the team with 4 of the goals for Prep. So getting all those 4 goals in a game alone is crazy, let alone 7.
Yeah.
But in terms of our predictions, we had both predicted a win, but Kramer was closer, so he's up 1-0. And for some reason, Max Prep said this game was at 9:30 on April 4th, but it was actually at 4:30. So I don't know what was going on with that. Regardless, we won 7-0, so I'm happy with that.
If I'm Jack Johnson in that situation, I'm living my best life.
Oh, absolutely.
4 goals in one game?
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Just got to celebrate with that one.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Then you've got the next day they played Millard West, and Prep won 2-0. Another shutout for the Junior Jays. With McClay, Zach McClay had one of the goals, and I think that he's a player that's, I want to say like coming up on the Prep soccer team, because last year he didn't play like a whole lot, but this year he seems to be an amazing leader for the team. So I'm really, really glad he gets those chances. And for our predictions on this game, we did not predict anything. So Kramer is still up 1-0. And then continuing on with this Metro tournament, the next day Prep played Papio South. I was actually there shagging soccer balls, so I saw the action firsthand. And it was a very heated game on both sides. Definitely some calls that were contested in the last few minutes of the game, but regardless, Prep won 4-2, and all 4 of those goals came from different guys. So 4 guys each scored a goal, and I'm thrilled to see that we aren't getting, carried by anybody. Our team is dominant all around, and I think that's what made us a state championship winner last year.
Yeah.
Once again, no predictions for this game, so Kramer is still up 1-0. And continuing on with the championship of this Metro tournament, you had April 8th versus Omaha South, which Prep won 4-3, an amazing win, considering South is a very good team, a lot better than people might think they are.
Yeah,
definitely. And you had Jordan Igwenma with 2 goals and 1 assist. So he let our Junior Jays to a win over South, and he's a sophomore too. Mm-hmm. Keep that in mind. So he's going to become a real team player, especially as time goes on and he gets more experience. But once again, we had no prediction for this game. And
I do want to say something about that. The game was 4-1 going in the last 5 to 7 minutes of that game.
Really?
So yeah, they Omaha South scored those last 2 goals really late, and so kind of scared us a little bit. We were looking great until that little last 5-minute portion.
I'd imagine that was a bit scary, but if we can keep ourselves together through rallies such as that from the other team, then I think that we'll be able to persevere through a lot worse.
Yeah.
But our last soccer game, last but not least of the soccer games that we're covering, looking back, you've got April 11th, yesterday, versus Gretna in Leahy Stadium, state championship rematch, getting all the hype from everyone at Prep, everyone from Gretna too, I would imagine. And in the state championship rematch, Prep won 2-0, something that neither of us were expecting. Mm-hmm. Because Gretna had been consistently ranked number 1 in the Nebraska rankings leading up to this. Prep was number 2, I believe, and then you've got this a great showing by our Junior Jays. So I think that'll put them in that number 1 spot certainly.
Yeah, I'm really really proud of these guys. Really showed that even with the seniors leaving by that for that state championship last year, they still have it. They're still the best team in the state,
For sure.
and they're still going to come back and want that state chip this year.
Absolutely. And both of our goals that game were scored by Connor Lowe's and Sean Stratman, respectively. And I believe, aren't they both sophomores?
Sean is a senior.
Oh,
that I
oh
will
my
say
goodness.
he scored. Connor Lowe's did have a nice goal
Okay.
early on in the second half, and then Sean actually got a penalty kick.
Really?
It's a funny thing, Zach McClay came in probably for about 20 seconds total. He came in, stole a contested ball, and was about to take his shot, and he got fouled from behind.
Oh.
He had to get pulled out. He had an injury on his left shoulder.
Oh, goodness.
Um,
I hope he's all right.
I believe he will be.
Okay.
But yeah, it was kind of entertaining to just watch him come in 20, 30 seconds, come right back out, got his penalty kick, got the goal, and we're happy.
I wasn't there, but that seems like a real thriller.
Yeah, it was a great game, great spot to be. Cage was very energetic. Everyone's really happy about that win.
Mr. Hoover will be in a good mood today, I'm sure, in
Definitely.
my theology class. So thank you for that, soccer team.
Now moving on to baseball, we had our St. Louis varsity had their tournament in St. Louis last week. First game against St. Dominique, or sad loss, 3-7. I'm not too surprised about this one. It's the first game of an out of town tourney. It's a long drive. It's always going to be rough to get that rust off fast. The hitting was just not where we wanted it to be. Good thing that we bounced back in their second game versus DeSmet Jesuit, winning 14-6. Overall, solid game by everybody. I was closer in my predictions, so I will take that win 2-0.
Dang it! Seems like we're coming back on this.
Yeah, I think it was just a matter of us getting warm.
For sure.
And once we got warm, we were starting to dominate other teams.
Thank goodness
And
it's
then
double elimination, was it?
yes.
Okay.
Well, it was more pool play.
Oh, I see.
Then we ended up facing in the championship St. Louis University. It was their high school team, the Junior Bills, with the win 15-14. Probably one of the highest scoring baseball games I've honestly ever seen from both teams. It's went back and forth, lots and lots of hitting, and Michael Wheelock had 2 home runs this game.
Goodness.
I know, so he was really feeling it. I'm sure the team. It was a very exciting game to watch. Just getting runs and runs and runs. I don't know how that says for the pitching wise, but for hitting wise, that's amazing for us, and we did end up winning that tournament. Next game we had against Bellevue East. Not too much worry here with this game, winning 15-2. Michael Wheelock again, 3 for 4, 3 home runs.
Oh my gosh.
Absolute dominance from Michael Wheelock this past week.
He's popping off.
He is going crazy. And then sophomore Cal Anthony also hit one out this game. And then Tony Caniglio, our catcher and starting quarterback for varsity football, had a triple. So that's always fun to see him get a triple. Not a lot of people expect that type of speed out of a catcher, but it's always great when we have that. And once again, I was close with our predictions, so I will take the win 3-0.
Dang
it. And finally, the game against Bryan a couple nights ago, winning it 14-0. Interestingly enough, we only had 3 hits that game. Most of our runs came from walks, which we were walked 8 times, and Bryan also had a lot of errors. Very solid game, and another I'm really shocked. Casamano, who is a sophomore, threw a perfect game.
Really?
Perfect. Yeah. It's amazing.
Seems like our pitching, I guess defensive performance was amazing, and theirs was catastrophic. So you can certainly see that from the score. But regardless, I think a sophomore with a perfect game or anyone with a perfect game in high school baseball is an exceptional feat.
Yeah. And I believe he did get pulled up to varsity because of that. He was on JV1. So that's great for him.
Yeah, for sure.
And then finally, last night, start of the Metro tournament for the Junior Jays, facing Westview here at Prep at 5 o'clock. a 14-2 win.
Jeez.
Very solid. Getting lots and lots of runs. Game only lasted about an hour and a half, hour and
Really?
15. Yeah. Michael Saul had a great. He threw a complete game. Didn't have to bring any relievers. Around 90-ish pitches. So
Damn.
very good job by Michael Saul.
His arm's probably in pain, but good job for him. Well, so if it was only an hour and a half, did they get mercy ruled?
Yeah, mercy rule.
I see. So, moving ahead from the happenings of baseball in the past several days, you've got a bit of golf action since we last recorded. You had the Papio Invite Monday, April 8th at Oak Hills Country Club, in which the Junior Jays took third place, and I'm certainly proud of that. And something that I'm even more proud of was the Thunderbird Invitational yesterday, I believe, and Prep won with a score of 313. And what makes that even better is that yesterday was no doubt the windiest day of the year. So I think that if they were able to pull out a win in such circumstances, then that says a lot about what we can do.
Yeah,
So
I'm really proud of these guys. It's been really windy this past week, so them being able to go out, adjust to the wind, play with it, not against it, it says a lot about how they're able to adapt to this, certain situations.
for sure.
So yeah, that says some great things about our team. And then finally, we had a track meet in the Kearney Invite. We placed second. Very good placement. Dennis Chapman won the 3200. It's a long race, and that was sadly our only gold medal. But we had lots of placements across the board.
That's
So
good. That's very good.
yeah, overall a very good performance by the prep track and field team.
Absolutely, especially after that 4 hour drive.
Yeah,
That must have been awful, but they got some stuff done.
Yeah.
I'm proud of that.
Mhm.
So, looking ahead a little bit with soccer, you've got April 15th. So next Monday, I believe, Prep is playing Omaha South again in a rematch from the Metro tournament, and Prep is currently, I believe, 10-1, and South is 8-2, and in terms of what I think is going to happen, I think it's going to be a bit more dominant than our Metro game because we are no doubt on fire right now, and I don't think that momentum's going to stop anytime soon. But we can't get cocky because Omaha South is a great team, but I don't think we will. I think we'll shut them out 3-0.
I think they got that one goal on us, and they scored their last two goals in the last 5 minutes again for that last game.
Yeah.
So we're gonna come out dominance on the attacking side again. We're gonna win this game 4-2. They'll get their goals. They usually will. They're a very good team, but I feel like we're just gonna come out and dominate on the attacking side.
Absolutely.
And looking forward to baseball this week. Tonight at 5 p.m. At Millard West for the Metro tournament. Really difficult game. We lost to Millard West earlier this year, 6-5. It was a very close game though. Put up a lot of runs in that last inning to make Millard West prove themselves.
I see.
But I think this will be a tough one. We'll get it close, but we're gonna end up losing this one 6-4.
I think that our loss earlier this year against Millard West doesn't say much about what we're going to do to them or what we can do to them, because I guess putting up a lot of runs in the last inning shows that you have fight, but I think that we have fight in every single inning, so I think that we'll win that game by a score of about, I'll say 6-4.
Okay, interesting.
So I guess the opposite of yours, but
Yeah. And you have a game against Lincoln Pius X on the 15th. It's a 7 p.m. game. I think we're going to have a nice, easy 11-1 win. Just nice, handled. It's either going to be a bounce-back game from the Millard West, or it's going to be a continued momentum rolling through. I will say, if we do beat Millard West, we will have one more game in between there for the Metro Tournament Championship.
I see. Is Lincoln Pius good at baseball, I guess, historically in recent years?
This year they're not. They're not amazing this year. They kind of struggled so far.
Mm,
They've been okay in the past couple years, but
I see.
usually the best Lincoln school for baseball is Lincoln East by far.
Yeah, for
So,
sure. I think we'll prove ourselves as a dominant baseball contender, winning this game. I'll say 9-0.
Mm.
I think I trust our pitching,
Yeah.
especially after these past few games.
Hmm. And then one final game coming up this next week on the 16th. Elkhorn South 4:30 game. They're another team that you wouldn't expect to be as good as they really are.
Uh,
They're they have a very solid squad, and they could be a little worrying. But I think we'll get this one out. A little bit of scratch, winning 6-5, but I think we'll get this one going.
I think all momentum ends at some point, and I think that going off of the Millard West win and going off of the hopefully Lincoln Pius win, I think that we'll be tired in a lot of aspects. So I still think we'll win because I trust us to fight, but I think this will be a humbling game. I think we'll win, but by a score of I'll say I'll say f- I'll say 4-2. Not
Mm.
not a very I don't think it's going to be a very offensive game from us
Mm-hmm.
because we s- we s- excuse me we seem to be doing really well in a lot of these other games, and I think eventually momentum starts to tire out.
Yeah.
So I think we'll still win, but it'll be a bit humbling. But coming up next, this, you've got a bit of track action today. Actually, you got the Central Track Invite, which is at Burke, our 8th annual appearance at that invite, and I believe running. No, I believe field is at 12 and running is at 3. So it'll be a longer meet today, but
Mm-hmm.
I trust us to make a statement for sure, regardless of how we place.
Yeah. Well, I thank you for tuning in today.
Yeah, thank you.
This was our episode 6. Thank you, and have a good day.
See ya.